Hello YouTube, this is Omagent here with another episode of Wargame Airland Battle. So day 7 of the conflict, and as you can see there's a lot of red all across Scandinavia and also in Europe. Actually I'm not really keeping track of Europe's got any more red, but it looks quite red. So what are we going to do? So there's two groups that have showed up in Bergen. That was our primary strike, which is a pity. It looks like NATO's concentrating all their forces to defend Stavanger, which is a pity. So what are we going to do? First up, forces in Oslo. These guys are fully recovered. I'm going to launch a Kigi strike into Gaul, just because I want Bergen, and if we can trick them into attacking Gaul, that could work well. We still have one division defending the city, which is currently on rest and recuperation orders. Let's see, up here, these guys still in Stockholm, still preparing for something. These guys here, let's see, they're a good force. I think rest and recuperate a bit. Or, actually, no, I think it's... Now that there's two forces here and it looks like they're going to attack Airland, I think I'm going to reinforce the guards here. The Air Assault Division, I'm going to order them to rest and recuperate. Maybe they can get another initiative in before the NATO attacks. Up here we still have these forces. These guys still need a bit more rest and recuperation, so we'll give them that. These guys are okay. This tank regiment still needs to be deployed. I'm going to deploy them. I think left to right. Here. I'm going to deploy them here. Let's see, these guys are okay. These guys are okay. So now these two forces. Where's their select icon? There it is. Right. Gds Motorized Division, it's got enough initiative. I'm going to launch an attack into Lillehammer. The engineers, however, don't have that kind of... They're low on initiative, so I'm going to give them some rest and recuperation orders. Other than that, let's see. These guys are still on. Okay, now I think I'm going to call in this tank brigade, which can be deployed in any harbour on the eastern coast, which would be here. Very well, we'll call them in here. Wait a sec, can you cancel that? Or once they're deployed? Is there an option to cancel that? No, you can't. You can redeploy them in a friendly harbour. Okay, fair enough. They'll be deployed through Stockholm. They'll come up here. Maybe not. They're probably going to be a reserve force. They're probably not going to do any fighting. They're only there as a sort of emergency if things go wrong. Recuperate, attacking here. Airland's going here. Gaul. So Lillehammer and Gaul will fall this turn, hopefully, and then we're poised to strike Bergen and Stavanger. These guys could probably attack into this kind of sector, but that doesn't make a difference. And I think we are ready to send those orders, so let's send the orders. Okay, so there's only one fight going on. 262 against the 199th Light Brigade. Charge of the Light Brigade, it seems. Let's launch this fight for the future of Gaul. Wherever Gaul is, I can't remember. Oh, this place again. I love the way both battle groups were entering the sector, but it's still NATO that's under control. Ah, lovely. Anyway, so we hold Oslo, they hold everything else. So, what will the plan be? This is actually a deja vu, because if you remember from the previous campaign, I was NATO and had crushed PACT forces into the Oslo sector. And now I'm going to relive it. So I guess maybe this is what to do if you're Warsaw Pact, how to counter this. Now I'm going to do the sort of reverse rollout tactic, which is basically do what I did as NATO but in reverse, because I'm PACT. So I'm going to set up Oslo, going to capture Airland, capture Lillehammer, Stavanger, Amar, then squash them into Bergen. So, to do that, we will be deploying forces here, here, reconnaissance in the form of a keep here, reserve reconnaissance in the form of forces here, command vehicle here. Now in the fight of Airland, we'll be deploying I think we'll deploy a hilltop force composed of BMPs, like that. Give them some keep recon, why not? Support always very important. We'll be deploying bucks galore here, and when I say galore I mean tubas. That's all I can afford, so we'll reinforce them with Strelas. This is an American deck we're facing. Americans love their jets, so we'll have to respond with enough anti-aircraft defense to discourage this attitude. In the meantime, we'll deploy another force here in terms of some vehicles of tanks and recon, and maybe a helicopter to sort of charge up or to the left of the hill, whereas the infantry will storm the hilltop itself. Objective for this battle will be to hold the line in Elena sector, hold it against any attack from Stavanger or Hamar. Meanwhile, launching attacks on the hilltop, securing Anna, launching flanks around these fields here, push into Airland and capture it. If we can do that today, that's excellent. And if we can capture centre to push into Lillehammer, do a bit of a blitzkrieg attack, all the better. But let's launch the bat. Actually, I'm gonna do a bit of a blitzkrieg style maneuvering, put all my units up here so that they can move onto the roads faster. Anyway, move faster here, and actually I really should have reinforced these guys with some missiles, but yeah, what can you do? Okay, BMPs move up here, gets to form a more front line. Motorized Rgt can be active as a reserve force. I think I'm going to actually advance the Strela up, just for a bit of more close quarters defense. And I'm going to buy in some supply trucks in various buck and Strela positions. Just so these missiles can keep firing. Right, we have a lot of helicopters it seems. Right, we should look at our jets. We have bombers combined and a Su-27S. That looks like the prime of the Soviet Air Force, seeing as it's packed full of anti-aircraft missiles. That must be their prime jet fighter. Let's unload these guys. That's probably designed more for jet-to-jet style combat. The MiG-29 is almost as expensive, and that's because it's a bomber. Don't really have, and then we have anti-radar missiles. We don't really have any good sort of helicopter strafing style assets, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Hope you do. I think I'm just going to move the box into range and just... Oh, hello. Okay, well the attack's beginning. So Buck, you should back up, back up, back up. The Cobra can... Oh my goodness, the A-10 Thunderbolt. Oh dear, I forgot about that thing. Let's shoot it down. Okay, we do not want them. We want as few of those things. Right, okay, that was unexpected and in a very bad way. I forgot about the A-10 Thunderbolt. Basically, very, very powerful anti-ground unit. Right, let's try and... Okay, the Cobras are coming in for an attack run. Let's launch attacks. I2 keeps. We need our own helicopter to counter that. Motorized, you can charge down. Again, remember, they're going to outspend us a lot in this fight. I need to break their line of sight. Like that. Attack that. Okay, now we get being blinded. Perfect. Okay, now they've got tanks. We're going to have to fall back even further. What is it? What are the Americans feeling? This is a powerful deck we're facing. Try and move up to the edge of the hill, try and find some targets to shoot at. Let's get an Mi-2 because their AT games can't shoot down. And we lost a buck. My goodness, this is a powerful force. Not even sure I'll be able to take Airland with this kind of force against me. NATO's sending their prime. So we lost Estrella. I'm gonna have to repurpose the buck from down here. Okay, deploy some Gds artillery, but I don't know where the command vehicle is, and helicopters aren't affected by that kind of thing. Any infantry? Got Estrella 3 infantry. It's probably wise for the hilltop. They've got tanks. I didn't get a good look at what tanks they had, but all my recon units didn't spot it. As soon as my infantry tried to climb down the hill, they got shredded. What to do? Could launch a sort of roundabout attack. I think the best thing to do would be to buy some artillery and just try and shell them, or invest in an expensive jet and start launching these strafe runs. But then again, if they have A-10s, they probably have their own super powerful jet and anti-aircraft defenses as well, probably. I think it's best to just stick with artillery for this point. Accuracy. I think it's best to just use the Gronsia as artillery at this point. Right, they're launching a sea of Cobras. Really? It was dead, but its missile still hit. Okay. Come on, get into range. Come on, the Cobras will cage them in. The buck will fire. It will unleash its payload of death. My goodness. Right. Now we can get some. And now we've lost one kit. Or not one kit, one anti-aircraft defense. Fortunately, the buck will be able to respond in kind. That helicopter's flying right over you. You might want to shoot it down. There we go. Right, well, that balanced point stakes a bit. Knocked down a bunch of cats. They can recover losses a lot easier than we can. Let's try and advance the BMP down here. Actually, no, because of the hill, it's probably going to drive right into them. Okay, let's start shelling wherever their clusters of units are. We need to know where that CV is. Let's try and be sneaky. Sneak a command keep around. Or not a command keep, a reconnaissance keep. Sneak around to Airland. Maybe have a look at Lilyhammer. It might be easier just to pick off a command vehicle at Lilyhammer and annoy them somewhat. Let's get another Estrella infantry. They seem to hold their own. Although a supply truck probably won't go amiss. The supply truck's one of those units that the computer goes crazy trying to attack. Let's just move these guys up. They're already there.